Today we'll discuss about the principle of indirect ophthalmoscopy. We use a 20 diopter lens and prisms in the head of the indirect ophthalmoscope to have proper binocularity and stereopsis. We'll discuss the optical principle of indirect ophthalmoscopy. The principle of indirect ophthalmoscopy is to make the eye highly myopic by placing a strong convex lens in front of the patient's eye so that the emergent rays from an area of fundus are brought to focus as a real inverted image between the lens and the observer's eye, and then we study the image. See, let's come to the optics. You can see in this diagram what is happening. So light from the illuminated source is falling on a mirror, right, getting reflected and falling on the convex lens. So we use a convex lens of around plus 20 diopter. So this lens, what is doing, it is actually making the patient's eye to be highly myopic, right? So what is happening, the lens, the light rays from the lens are traveling into the patient's fundus, and then it can be observed by the observer. Okay, so why it is making highly myopic? Because if you use a plus 20 diopter lens, so actually what is happening, the patient's eye, we are making them highly myopic. So we get a real inverted image. Whatever we see, we get like inverted image we get from the patient's eye. So what is the advantage? We can have a greater field of vision. Okay, compared to direct ophthalmoscopy, we can get a greater field of vision in indirect ophthalmoscopy. We will discuss the optical system of binocular indirect ophthalmoscope. In an indirect ophthalmoscope, binocularity is very important. Stereopsis is very important. So once we can achieve that, we can have a greater field of vision and proper view. So binocularity is achieved by reducing the observer's IPD to approximately 15 mm by prisms or mirror, and the pupil of the patient should be dilated. Let's see the optics of a binocular indirect ophthalmoscope. You can see in the left hand side there are two right angle prisms. The observer is standing there, right hand side the patient's retina. Okay, so light is falling through the condensing lens on the patient's retina, and then what is happening, it is falling on the prism. Okay, the two right angle prism, it is falling on that. So what is happening, it is actually the light rays are total internal reflection is happening. That's why we can have a clear image of the fundus in my right eye and left eye. Now if I we can also achieve a binocular vision, you can achieve stereopsis if you adjust these two prisms properly according to the IPD. Okay, so you can have a clear cut image of the patient's fundus, and if you can achieve a binocularity and stereopsis in indirect ophthalmoscopy. So you can see how the stereopsis is produced by the binocular indirect ophthalmoscope in this diagram. Note how the two prisms widen the incoming beams so that they are incident to the eyes of the observer. Okay, so that's how we can achieve a binocularity in an indirect ophthalmoscope. Okay, so if you can use a right angle prism, definitely total internal reflection will occur. And see here, your IPD is 16 mm, right? 60 mm IPD you are having in interpupillary distance. Okay, and so with the help of a prism, you can see it is narrowed to 15 mm, right? And what is happening, it is falling on the lens and it is giving an image of the widened image of the patient's fundus is formed on my retina. Now if I can merge these two images, I will definitely get stereopsis and perfect viewing is obtained.